Hey everybody, just me again today. Robin is obviously not here. I am going to be doing my very own Unpack My Bag With Me video with a few tips that I want to share with you guys on things that I'm really glad I had brought on our Europe trip and things that I didn't really use so you could probably go without, and things that I straight up just wouldn't pack again if I had to redo it all. We know a few of you guys were asking for this in some of the comments in our videos. And Robin and I weren't initially planning on doing one, but thought, hey, this is actually a really good idea for other travelers who are trying to pack mindful. So we want to share that with you. So that's what my video is going to be about today. Robin will definitely be doing her own video, so you can see that because we did pack a few different things. I'm going to try to keep the video not crazy long because, as you know, if you saw the previous video to this, it was my extremely long travel days back to Canada. So if you stuck around and watched my whole video coming home, thank you for doing that. I hope you didn't mind it too much. I know I had a lot of fun kind of doing it by myself. Was really weird, but it was still a really good experience. So thank you for watching that if you did. But I will try to keep this video a lot shorter than that one. So stick around to see what was in my bag. Hey everyone, so I am going to be starting with the clothing that I brought, and one thing that I'm sure Robin is going to mention also is the weather when we were there. We definitely weren't expecting the weather that we got. Okay, so Robin and I had left middle of January. I came back at the end of May. The weather obviously fluctuated quite a bit depending on where we were. We started in Greece. And I remember we got off the plane and it was evening, but we were like, what the heck? It is kind of cold. And of course we're bundled up, like we were wearing all of our layers on the plane or easy to access, so it wasn't taking up a lot of space in our bag, but we were still pretty chilly. So that was a little nerve-wracking off the bat, because if you watched our packing video, we kind of packed for some colder days, but we did bring a lot of kind of spring, summer attire because we were hoping for lots of beach days and sun and that sort of thing. So anyways, I'm gonna start off with the shorts and pants and stuff that I brought on the trip. If you guys haven't seen the packing video, you guys should watch it. It's kind of hilarious and long, but it's pretty funny. And we show kind of how we packed everything. So that's a good thing to watch if you're going. So I had brought some kind of flowy black shorts. Love these. I definitely wore them more towards the end of the trip since it was warmer and easy to throw on. But I enjoyed having these along too, because even when it was colder out and I wasn't really wearing these at all, when we would have laundry days, I would just be in these and like wear these around the hostel, that sort of thing, because obviously we're not outside. So I'm really glad I brought those, and I would bring them again. My jean shorts, again, love, and I think it's somewhat of a staple if you're going on a trip that does have shorts weather. So I would definitely bring these again. My biker shorts, absolutely, yes, 100%. I would bring them again. Take up minimal room, and again, I would wear them on laundry days and stuff like that, even when it was cold out. But that being said, when it was cold outside and Robin and I were layering for the first like month and a half of our trip consistently, like every day, even though these are just shorts, it was nice to have an extra layer on my thighs and just kept me a little bit warmer too. So that was good, and I would definitely bring these if you're going on a Europe trip. Okay, sorry, I just adjusted the camera quick. Now I'm moving on to my pants. And the pants were very important for this trip because we were in them all the time at first. Like I said, it was very cold. So leggings, these ones are really thin. I am glad I didn't bring a thicker pair because we were layering anyways. It's not like the extra thickness would have made like a huge difference. These aren't the exact black joggers that I brought on the trip. I just left them at a friend's house, but they were kind of the same material, thin, kind of a wind resistant material that I have from Lululemon. And I really am so glad that I brought those on the trip because they were a staple too. They could go with kind of anything, and they were good for when we even went on hikes or just walks. Easy to throw on. So absolutely, I think you have to bring kind of something that's just easy to throw on, not crazy heavy, but a nice light material that are good for travel days. So that was just awesome and really easy, like I said, to layer things underneath them. Next off is the jeans that I brought. Truthfully, I bought these right before the trip, and initially I was just like really looking for a pair of jeans because jeans are good to have, obviously, all the time. But I realized pretty quickly that these aren't my favorite pair of jeans. I'm glad I had jeans on the trip. I would definitely suggest bringing them, but maybe don't buy them like the day before you go, which is what I did. So yeah, I definitely wish that I maybe had a pair of jeans that fit me a little bit better, because these ones stretched out quite a bit on the trip and they weren't my favorite fit. So that's kind of my only advice on the jeans, but I am glad I had a pair on the trip. Next off, I'm moving to my super cute black silky long romper tank top thing. Absolutely love this piece of clothing in my wardrobe. I was so hoping I could wear it more on the trip because I just love it so much and it's so comfy. I did wear it a couple times, but like I said, it's obviously got the little tiny straps, so I couldn't really wear it January, February, March. So I think I put it on for the first time in like April, but it doesn't take up a whole lot of space, so I am glad I brought it. Now I'm gonna be moving on to shirts and tank tops, all that fun stuff. Since I'm making this video a few months after I got back, I actually did a little purge of clothing. So I got rid of my kind of cream colored crew neck that you probably saw me wearing in every single video that we posted. I just got it for the trip because I wanted a crew neck. I'm not really one for hoods and stuff on planes and that sort of thing. So that's why I got a crew neck, which I'm really glad I did. But yeah, I just got rid of it because I have too many sweaters. So I obviously am very thankful that I brought that sweater. You like need one. Travel days, you want to be cozy, or if it's just cold out, and obviously Robin and I layered all the time, so I was wearing that a lot. One thing I do want to say too though, Robin and I tried to stick with a lot of neutral colors just because we knew we'd be packing very little things and we wanted to be able to mix and match outfit ideas super easily and just have like a neutral color for clothing. I wish I didn't do that, honestly. Yes, it was nice for some things, but I had a lot of cream colored things and black in my wardrobe. Black's not that bad, but I don't really wear a whole lot of cream colored stuff or white to begin with even. So the fact that I had my crew neck sweater that was cream, and I also had this long sleeve that I wore a lot too, and it layered a lot as well. I wish I didn't bring this particular long sleeve. It's kind of cropped. Didn't really work with a lot of my outfits that I had. It's kind of a thicker material, so if I was ever like sweating or we got wet somehow, it's just like really heavy. So especially if you're doing laundry and it's weighed, this was just too much. So I would not be bringing this again. Goodbye. I'm probably selling that. But moving on to the t-shirts, I do have a little bit more color. I brought a gray silky shirt that also doubled as a pajama shirt if I needed it. I got rid of that. I donated that one, so I don't have that with me today, but I am glad I brought it because like I said, I used it as a pajama shirt as well. Moving on to the rest of my t-shirts. Another cream colored t-shirt. Yay. I actually like this one. I wear it with biker shorts all the time. Again, I didn't really get to wear it a lot on the trip, or if I was wearing it, it was an underlayer, so you never saw it. So there's that. This shirt, love it. So glad I brought it. Little pop of color. Would do it again. Absolutely. My other t-shirt that has some color in it, for sure. Great. So that I had 4 t-shirts on the trip. I think that was honestly plenty for me, and I don't even think Robin and I, maybe we switched up like and shared a t-shirt once or twice on the trip, but overall I think we did a really good job picking the amount of clothing that we brought on the trip. Just would have possibly changed some of the colors or materials that I would have brought. Moving on to the tank tops. This flowy white one that I brought, which is super easy to just throw on over everything I was hoping. Didn't wear it like ever because it was cold. Maybe I wore it like once or twice. So probably could have went without this one. If you're doing a trip to Europe between the times that we went. Oh, I also realized I came back beginning middle of May, not end of May. So yeah, January to middle of May is kind of what this unpacking video is about. And then I brought this tank top, which I absolutely love. I did wear it a couple times. I would pack it again because even though I didn't wear it like every day, it's so small. So tank tops take up like no room. So I wouldn't be like kicking yourself if you're like, oh, I think I brought too many tank tops. Like whatever, they're so tiny. And then I also brought this cute little tie-up tank top, tube top thing. I really like this. Again, didn't take up any space. I think I only wore it twice on the trip. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't have packed it if I went back to do it all over again, because this was kind of the most dressy thing I brought. So I'm glad I had something a little cuter, because obviously Robin and I weren't going on a fashion adventure in Europe. So yeah, very like neutral clothing. And yeah, along with the clothing, if you go back and watch our other video, I think we both had 3 or 4 pairs of socks. Very glad I brought all those socks. The only thing I would say is I wish I brought maybe one longer pair, like a crew length, just because, like I said, it was chilly some days. So having a longer pair of socks would have been nice, but the ankle socks were just fine. Underwear, obviously, I think Robin and I brought like 10 or 12 pairs each. And that was loads. Like we never kind of had like a day where we're like, oh my gosh, we're out of underwear. But also, if that is the case for you, just like wash a pair or 2 in the sink quick. It's really not the end of the world. Sports bras and such, I am glad I only brought 2. They didn't get really stinky. So I think that the 2 that I brought were fine. And then the one other bra, I think I maybe wore once. So I think I almost would have subbed out the one kind of normal bra for another sports bra, just because that was kind of more what we were doing. But other than that, like underwear, socks, bras, I think we're great. So if you want to go to our packing video and see kind of how we packed all that, go for it. I have the packing cubes with me. I want to address those really quickly because these are an absolute must for your trip. I don't know how the heck anyone would do a trip without these. Seriously, these, go to the store, get them right now. I brought 2 large packing cubes, and one was pants and shorts and all that stuff, and the other was shirts and pajamas and tank tops. So, and they fit perfectly, and they fit right into my bag, super good. So absolutely must, you have to get packing cubes. This double-sided one that Robin and I both brought was amazing for all your underwear, socks, bras, that sort of thing. I had fit everything into the front pocket of this, and then this kind of sealed off back part was for all the dirty stuff after, and it obviously just like keeps everything dirty in there. So definitely would recommend getting the double-sided packing cube. It's a must. So gotta get that. I just realized I forgot to mention I also brought a little t-shirt dress on the trip. I gave that away. I absolutely love it, but because I just have too many clothes. So that one, I don't think I needed to bring on the trip. I think I wore it twice, but if I had stayed maybe longer into the summer months, I definitely would have worn it a lot more. But for the trip that Robin and I went on, didn't need to bring it. I also brought bathing suits. I think I brought 3 bathing suit sets. Yes, I did. And Robin and I obviously weren't living it up at the beach every day. We only kind of cracked open the bathing suits when we got to Croatia. So the last kind of month of my journey, I did wear them all because I wanted to give them all some love on the trip, but I easily could have just brought 1 bathing suit. So if you're going before the summer months, you don't need it. You don't need it. Bring 1 just in case, or if you have a pool in your hotel or something, I guess. But yeah, I could have easily been fine with 1 bathing suit. Yeah, so that is the clothing portion of this video. And now I just want to mention the shoes quick before I move on to all the other gadgets and toiletries that I brought on the trip. For shoes, I brought a pair of Vans Ultra Ranges which were going to be kind of my travel day shoe, my hiking shoe. They are not a hiking shoe. Like, that's not what they're meant for. I didn't really have time to go find like a really good pair of shoes, and I was obviously saving for the trip, so I didn't want to spend an arm and a leg. So I got these Ultra Rangers, and they work totally fine for me. But if you're someone that has like a really bad arch support or something like that and need a little bit more out of your shoe, I definitely wouldn't bring what I brought. But it worked out perfectly for me, and I have no regrets bringing them. I would do it again. The other shoes I brought my little cute sandals. Again, didn't wear these till closer to the end of the trip, but they pack up so small, so it really wasn't a problem having them with me at all. The shoe that I wore the most, I'd say probably 95% of the time, were my little sneaker Reebok shoes. They are super comfy, and I even wore these for some of our hikes, which was fine, but they got stinky super fast on the trip. So honestly, one thing I wanted to mention about the shoes that would take up minimal space in your bag is maybe bringing some Tide laundry sheets that are just basically see-through sheets that you put in the dryer. I know a lot of people just put those in their shoes. I wish that I brought a couple of those, because these bad boys, oh my gosh, they needed to go straight into the wash when I got home. They were so bad. So yeah, that is the clothing and the shoes part of this video. I do want to quickly mention that my bag that I brought is absolutely amazing for, I think, 9 out of 10 trips you could possibly do. They fit all of my clothes perfectly, and my shoes were in this main compartment also. So all of that fit in here, no problem, and I stacked more on top. My bathing suits were all just in this pouch here as well. So everything was really, really secured and good. I definitely didn't have a ton of space left over in the bag, but everything that I needed to come with me was fitting just fine. So that is a 10 out of 10 review on the bag for me. And we kind of go more in depth on our bags in a previous video. So if you want to go check that out and see all the cool features, you can do that. And now I'm going to be moving on to the rest of my stuff. I do want to mention quick this rain jacket. Shout out to Rochelle again for getting me a proper rain jacket before the trip, because I wasn't really going to be bringing a super good one on the trip. And it rained a lot on Robin and I. So I am very grateful that I had this. If you're going in the winter time, a rain jacket is a must. So definitely glad I had this. Everything that I'm talking about now was in my other little carry-on pack. I don't have it with me because it's actually Robin's. So I gave that back to her. And it was just a little mech day pack. That was awesome. So that was all I needed. And we used that pretty much all the time. We would just stick everything in it when we were doing little hikes and stuff like that. So really glad I had that bag on the trip. But so this was in there most of the time if I wasn't wearing it, which fit totally good, rolls up super small. The other thing that was in my pack was my little computer tablet. I definitely needed this on the trip, obviously, so that was in there as well, along with all of my electronics that were in just a little tiny bag that I don't have with me. I wish I could show you guys, but it was just a small little bag that had all of my cords and chargers. I didn't have a whole lot, just like my phone, my computer charger, and all the little adapters and headphones were in there. That was pretty much all my electronics. I did bring a little speaker that Robin and I used a couple times, and it was super nice to have when we did like beach days and stuff when Graham and Sydney joined us. So that was really good. I'm glad I brought that. The other thing that was always with me in that bag too, Robin has it as well, is this GeoPress water bottle that Robin got me for my birthday before we went on our trip. You guys got to get one. You have to get a filtered water bottle if you're going on long, or not even a long, but if you're going on any sort of trip, this is a must. Like, we can't be spending a bunch of money on water all the time. That just wasn't in our budget. We would have been super broke or super dehydrated if we didn't have this. And obviously we didn't want to go through hundreds of plastic water bottles when we were there, because I know in my previous travels to Asia, the plastic water bottle situation down there is super sad. So if you can get your hands on anything like this, and this one worked 10 out of 10, so good. It doesn't really insulate or keep the water really cold for a long period of time, but that was not a problem. We were just really thankful that we didn't have to buy water. And of course in Europe there were some places that we could drink the tap water, but I think we just used this all the time just to be extra safe. And the filter for this, I think it has 300 or 400 presses that you can do with it before it's kind of time to get a new one. So it was perfect for my almost 4-month trip that I did, so I didn't need to pack a different one, which was really, really nice. Moving on to kind of my toiletry bags that I brought. Robin brought a different one than I did, which kind of had a bunch of compartments, but I just brought kind of 2 bags. I had this little bag here that had all of my shower stuff in it, and my toothbrush, toothpaste, and hairbrush, which was really good because this was kind of the only bag I was bringing with me to the bathroom ever, which I really liked. And it is waterproof, so it was good if we were in hostels and kind of you were in a confined space and your bag was going to get wet. So if you wanted to bring all your stuff in. So I'm glad it was waterproof and it fit everything really good. The only thing I will have to say is Robin and I both brought shampoo, bar, and conditioner, which it was my first time using it, and I have kind of ridiculous hair, so it worked pretty good for me, but I was very excited to come home and use like my bottled stuff, but bottles on the trip just would have taken up way too much room. So if you think you want to try bar shampoo and conditioner, like my hair survived, I still have it, so I would do it again. I would bring bar shampoo and conditioner on the trip for sure, just because minimal space, obviously. And then my other bag I brought was this little one here. Again, both of these are like pretty small, and even when this one was full, I actually laid these on top of my packing cubes in my main compartment. And with the straps that kind of tighten everything up and squish it all down, these were like next to nothing adding in there. Those straps are awesome. So this bag had all of kind of my girly stuff, my makeup. I had all my hair stuff in this. Yeah, everything I brought for that, like my mascaras, and like Robin and I don't wear a lot of makeup, you probably noticed on our videos. So just having kind of like the real basic stuff was all we really needed in here. If we weren't taking carry-on, we would have been able to fit some sunscreen in there as well. I think Robin did bring some sunscreen, but I didn't buy it going there because we couldn't bring a big enough bottle, obviously, with carry-on. But we didn't end up buying sunscreen until Croatia, so I'm glad I didn't buy it before and have to haul it around. So yeah, that is my 2 kind of bags there. Robin and I collectively had purchased kind of some first aid stuff and medicine that we just shared throughout the trip. I had the same brand, same color as this bag, just in about like a quarter of the size of this one, that I used actually for all of the medicine and band-aids and stuff like that I brought, which fit really good. And I just threw that in my day pack all the time. We always had stuff if we needed it, but luckily I think maybe Robin and I both used a band-aid once, and we obviously took like, we'd have Advil and stuff in there, so we would have Advil, and we used a lot of the zinc tablets. Those were all gone pretty quick. Did we get sick? Oh yeah, we got minor sicknesses. Overall, Robin and I were pretty darn healthy the whole time. So yeah, that is kind of everything that I brought. I'm trying to think if there was anything else, but that is definitely the majority of everything that we brought on the trip. And as you could tell, there wasn't a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have brought, minus the odd thing here or there. The only kind of main adjustment I would have done now, looking back on it, is I definitely would have brought a few warmer clothes. Like maybe I would have brought a thicker sweater. My one that I had wasn't super thick, and since I was wearing it on like every travel day ever, like doesn't matter if it's thick or not, because it's not going to be in your bag. So if you're going in the winter months, just bring a thicker sweater. You won't regret that. So I think I would have done that, and then obviously I would have picked a different long sleeve, maybe with some more color in it. But overall, yeah, I think we did a pretty darn good job. And if you want to see kind of in full detail what we brought on the trip, go check out our packing video, like I said, and you can see absolutely everything that went into it and all the planning we did. But overall, I think Robin and I are both very happy with how everything turned out, and we even had some room left over for some souvenirs and stuff, which was really cool. Thank you for watching my unpacking video. It is very weird being in front of the camera again, and like I said, without Robin is just so weird. But I hope you guys enjoy the next couple videos, because Robin and Graham and Sydney do some pretty cool stuff. So stay tuned, and thanks again for watching my video. That's that. I'll wear you more this summer, don't you worry. This is so hard without Robin. Oh my gosh. Okay, she kept me together sometimes.